NKTelco Sports welcomes you to Minster, Ohio, where the new Bremen Cardinals take on the Minster Wildcats. This game brought to you by Minster Bank, Keyhole Pizza, 21st Century Kitchens, Elmwood Assisted Living, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, NKTelco, Francis Furniture, St. Mary's Trucking, Cy Schwieterman, West Staff, Radio Hospital, First National Bank, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. This is an NKTelco Sports production.
It's the Battle of 66 tonight, where the New Bremen Cardinals are visiting the Minster Wildcats in girls MAC volleyball action. My name is Ben Ayers. Alongside me is Mr. Dave Kanapke. Dave, we have a big matchup tonight. It's very important for both of these teams, as right now they're sitting in the middle of the pack of the MAC, both trying to climb to the top.
Yeah, they're trying to improve as the season goes on. In a couple weeks, there's going to be tournament draw as well. New Bremen's 9-3. They're 1-2 in the MAC. They've won 3 in a row, including their last win is against Anna on Saturday. Of course, they're led by Paige Jones, who's having a monster junior year. They're coached by Diana Kramer in her first year after 6 very successful years at St. Henry. Minster Wildcats, they had won 3 in a row, and then they lost the top 5 setter to St. Henry on Thursday. They're led by Jordan Heibring and Paige Toby. They're 2 big hitters, and they're coached by Cammie Garman in their 6 years. The Wildcats are 7-4, 1-2 in the MAC.
Yeah, it should be a great matchup. See which one of these teams can get the win tonight and move to 500 in the MAC. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the keys to the game after these messages.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on an attempt-to-hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold, we are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless Premium retailer.
Welcome to Minster Elementary, where again the Minster Wildcats are playing host to the New Bremen Cardinals in some MAC volleyball action. Starters being announced for New Bremen right now. Starters tonight will be number 7, Rachel Kramer, number 8, Macy Putoff, number 10, Paige Jones, number 19, Julia Gaudemuller, number 21, Madison Pape, number 22, Logan Wells, and the libero today is going to be Blake Snyder. On the other side of the net will be the Minster Wildcats, again coached by Cammie Garman. Starting lineup for them today will be number 2, the senior setter Haley Boymer, outside hitter Jordan Heitbrink, the libero number 5, Paige Purdy, number 6, Sarah Riplow, number 9, the junior in the middle, big task tonight blocking at the net will be Paige Jones. Also playing in the middle will be number 10, Carly Barhorse. And last but not least, number 15, Rosie Westerbuck. Over to our keys to the game to you tonight, brought to you by Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Salina, where the dealer makes the difference.
First, we'll start with the Bremen Cardinals. Big thing first is the streaks. They want to have stop. Volleyball is such a game of momentum. If they can get their streaks together and stop Minster's streaks, that'll be big for the Cardinals. Also confidence. There's always going to be mistakes in the game. You need to play with confidence and respond to those mistakes when they happen. So keys were streaks and confidence. For Minster, a couple keys to them. First is serve aggressively. They want to be able to get some points on the serve. They're a pretty good serving team. There's pretty good hitting, especially in the form of Paige Jones. So they want to get some points serving. Also, Minster wants to work on their passing. It's been kind of a weakness of theirs this year and of late. So they want to really focus on their passing, get good pass to their hitters, and get their offense going.
Yeah, again, exciting matchup here. Again, both teams coming in at 1-2 in the MAC and wanting to get to 2-2 and trying to keep up with the leaders of the pack right now. And Coldwater and Marion Local both at 2-0. An important week, too, as they both have a league match tonight and a league match coming up on Thursday as well.
Yeah, it's getting to that point of the season. You want to start to build some momentum. The season's not early anymore. You're in the midpoint. You need to build your way towards the end of the season and in the rest of the league and into tournament.
Starting off serving for Minster will be Sarah Riplow. To the outside of Jones, seeing some early action, and not the power that we might see later on tonight, but a kill right away for Paige Jones.
Yeah, everybody's on their back heel, as everybody knows the power that Jones has, but she does a nice dink on that play.
Jones will now go back to serve. Jones with 60 aces on the season, so very, very powerful at the net and also a good serve. Good swing this time by number 7, Rachel Kramer, as the block was in place by Minster. Falls on the same size. Another point for New Bremen. Riplow with the pass. Boimer plays it over. This time the swing by Putoff, handled by Minster. And that time, nice play by Minster. We're going to see that a lot on the Minster side. The slide action as Paige Toby slides to the outside with a good hit. Bremen with the hands on the ball, but unable to come up with it.
Yeah, Toby's a very strong middle hitter. Very good power from the right side. That's one of their base plays that Minster does.
Westerbeck back to serve for Minster. Out to Kramer again. Another powerful hit. Nice dig over. Free ball for New Bremen. Feed Putoff this time. And she hits it long. Good focus there by Paige Purdy, letting that ball go out of bounds.
Yeah, nice hit there. Bar the Cardinals just a little bit too long. We're all tied at 2 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
Westerbeck set to serve again. Send back side hit from Paige Jones and through the hands and finds the floor.
She does a nice job of eyeing where that 10-foot line, and the way she jumps forward, it's like she's hitting from the front row, but she's really in the back right now.
Yeah, good athleticism, a great set there that let her be able to come forward with her momentum, and really the defense didn't stand a chance on that one. Freed over by Toby. This time it's to the middle, tipped. Well, tap back and forth to the net. Purdy's going to send it up. Heitbrink with her first swing. Blocked by number 22, Logan Wills, but it falls on New Bremen's side. Point Minster.
Nice job by Paige Purdy. She took control of that second hit, able to set Heitbrink, and that finished the point. So key play there, good bump set by Paige Purdy.
3-3. Toby serving. And off the hands of number 25, Blake Snyder, the libero, unable to handle that. Good serve by Jones. Good serve by Toby. Another point Minster.
Minster serves almost at 94% success rate on the season. It's a strength of their team.
Go right back to where she went last time. Handled this time by Snyder. Sent over by Jones. Outside to Heitbrink. It's blocked again by the Bremen front row, but again, over the net, onto the floor on the Bremen side.
Similar to the last kill that Heitbrink had, she hit it like a little quicker than the blockers got high, so.
Minster building a 2-point lead here behind Toby serving. Paige Jones from the back row again. Westerbeck in position, but unable to handle it.
Jones again off the nice set. That time by the Cardinals. She puts it away from the middle, and this time back to serve is number 14, Abby Tiemann.
Yeah, New Bremen, a pretty young team. A handful of seniors, but a lot of younger players getting experience. Outside hit by number 19, Julia Gaudemuller. This time it's to the middle, number 10, Carly Barhorse with the kill for Minster.
Yeah, nice job as Barhorse takes it from the middle. Following up on that, the young team in New Bremen, they really only have one senior that plays a lot, a couple juniors that play, and the rest there's 4 sophomores and a freshman. So, like you said, very young team, having a good year.
This time, Bremen with the roll behind. Good effort. Way to handle it there by Rachel Kramer. It was just kind of a ball played up in the air at the net. She uses her power to get a point for New Bremen.
Kramer did a nice job of taking advantage of the overpass and putting it away as the Cardinals draw within 1.
Kramer gets the kill, now back to serve. Handled by Purdy. Outside to Webker, and she finds the kill. I think she might have just subbed in too, or just checked in very recently.
She just came in. She normally plays right side, but on the serve, you have to stay on where you're at until you hit it across, and she did a nice job of hitting the spot on the angle shot.
Heitbrink stepping back to serve. 7-5 Minster. Set to Jones again, who Jones has rotated into the front row now. Played over by Westerbeck. Outside to Jones again. The block's there. It's tipped up and kept alive. It looks like maybe the block was in the net.
One of the blockers for Minster is in the net. A little anxious to try to block the attack by Jones, so side out and a point for the Cardinals.
This is my 3rd time seeing Minster, and we had Minster versus St. John's about a week and a half ago. And one thing we noticed is they're very active at the net and have a very good block defense. Heitbrink from the back row. This time's a swing by Putoff. Off the hands again of Purdy, diving to the floor. 2 quick points for New Bremen. It's now 7-7.
Nice job by the Cardinals. Kramer and Putoff have done well taking advantage of their hits when they've had the opportunity.
Quick set to the middle. Barhorse swings. It's just a little bit on the outside.
That set, anytime you go to the middle there, that timing has to be just right. It was just a little off. That caused the ball to go wide.
Yeah, good action. And the Bremen defense wasn't really ready. There was no block really present at the time. Like you said, timing just off a little bit. Good pass by Westerbeck. Back to Westerbeck. Dug and kept alive by Barhorse. Played back over as 2 Minster players fall to the floor. Jones with the swing. And the effect there of the players falling down is only one person there for the block, able to get a clean swing on the ball.
Yeah, that's right. And there's Jones just put it right over the top and straight down for the kill. Bremen with the 2-point lead. I believe their biggest lead so far.
I think we've had a 4-point swing. Here's a serve a little bit long by Kramer. Libero number 25, Blake Snyder, checking back in for New Bremen. Paige Purdy serves for Minster. Another good hit, but out of bounds this time by Jones. And interesting, too, we're seeing a lot of deep sets to Paige Jones. It's not all up at the net.
Yeah, even when she's at the front row at this point, but she's playing deep in the back row to try to help with the digs.
This time she's close to the net. Defense sucked up for the block. Again, you get that strong hitter. Everyone's bracing for the impact. A little tap over the top. Finds the floor. Another kill for Paige Jones and a 3-point lead for New Bremen.
Substitution for the Cardinals, Logan Wells, number 22. She'll play the right side in the front row.
Purdy passes up. Boimer with the set. Heitbrink from the back row. Dug by Pape. Little confusion on the Bremen side. It's a free ball to Minster. Another set to the middle. The block's ready for it, but Minster scrambles to keep it alive. Another tipped around. We're going to get illegal touch, or not sure if they called the getting a kill or an illegal touch there, but anyway, point Minster.
Yeah, Paige Toby got way over on the block. She had her hands above there, and you're okay to do that as long as you let the other team hit first, and what she did, but Toby very tall and long arms. She did a nice job blocking for the point.
Set by Pape. Here's the middle attack this time. Dug up. I don't know if Riplo was just got her body in front of that one, but kept the play alive, but the rest of her teammates weren't ready for it.
Yeah, it's a shame for Minster after digging that somebody didn't take that second hit just to keep it alive.
Jones now out of the front row, back to serve. A lot of top spin coming over on that one. There's a set to Kramer at Riplo again. Another point, New Bremen, 12-10.
Rachel Kramer with a nice hit. She already has 3 kills already this evening.
That's something that's important for Bremen, is finding some balance. We know they're going to feed Paige Jones, but who else are they going to go to look to get kills and score points? Jones with the service there. And sometimes you sacrifice. She has that powerful serve. Sometimes you go for it a little too much and you lose some accuracy. Snyder keeps it alive. It's poor pass by Pape, unfortunately, and Kramer didn't have much of an option to do to do with the ball there.
Yeah, that's talk about one of the keys is the serve and the good serving, and also the serve receive. Good serving for Minster, the serve receive for New Bremen's always a key in every game, especially tonight.
Kramer again sends it to the back corner, handled by Purdy. Back row by Westerbeck. Dug by Snyder, tight pass handled by Pape, outside this time to put off. Outside to Heitbrink. Good block there, as that time it's Logan Wells with the block, and it just trickles back over the net and falls in bounds. Point for New Bremen.
Nice block by Wells. Heitbrink had the chance to bump it, and in her head she thought it was out of bounds, and she's kicking herself right now. She could have kept that alive.
Yeah, definitely hard as you just come off a power hit and knowing exactly where you are on the floor. Timing off a little bit there as Toby looked like she was kind of hitting the ball on the way down. But we got a point for Minster.
Yeah, it was a Cardinal player in the net, so tough break for New Bremen as they really bailed Minster out on a bad hit.
Toby now to serve. Handled by center. Back row from Jones. It's kept alive. We got 2 blockers here. It's handled by New Bremen, played back. Free ball tapped over. The change of pace catches Minster off guard, and a point for New Bremen.
Nice job there by Julia Guttemiller, and it's really been an effective weapon in this first set for New Bremen. I think they've had 3 different points on dinks.
Yeah, we could hear the coaches yelling free for Minster, and instead of sending it up nice and high, an easy ball to handle for Minster, she, like you said, took the pace off and just dinked it over. Another service there for New Bremen's going to send it back to Minster, and it's 14-14.
That's 3 service errors within a matter of about 7 serves for New Bremen, as we're all tied at 14.
Every single serve matters here. Everything's a point. Basically free points for the other team. And here's a mishandled ball.
Again, that's unfortunate because that was a good set to Jones. She had a pretty good look at that one, but gives the points to Minster.
Boimer serving. Handled by Jones. Set to the middle to Jones. Dug by Westerbeck. Quick set to Barhorse. It's tapped at the net. Another swing from the back row by Jones. Back set this time to Kramer. Off the deflection. Barhorst and Heitbrink both there, but able to squeeze the ball through the hands of the blockers.
Again, another nice swing by Rachel Kramer's having a big game here tonight.
Just like before, she had the kill before she served and came back and I think rattled off 4 straight points. Played up in the air by Snyder, the hustle by New Bremen, trying to free it over, not enough. Good hustle by Guttemiller. Just a bad angle and not enough muscle to get it back over the net.
Yeah, good try by New Bremen. That was a nice play by Minster. At that time they did Heitbrink hit it in the middle of really a play they haven't run yet tonight.
Heitbrink now to serve. To Jones again. Another powerful hit from Paige Jones finds the floor. Very back and forth first set here at 16-16. We talked about can teams go on streaks. We've seen very few streaks happening here in this first set. Set middle. Timing off a little bit. Barhorse not quite able to get the hit she wanted. Another dink hit by Jones.
7 kills for Jones, and 2 of them have been on dinks. I guess that's having that type of power works in your advantage when you want to throw the changeup, if you will.
Exactly. So you got the change in the pace and the hits. We see Minster a lot of times with their serving. They're mixing up their pace a lot. Played up by Tiemann, out to Jones, another powerful swing. So we've not been able to see Minster's block have the effect we've seen against some of the other teams. Jones a very good athlete, just able to get up higher than the block is.
Yes, and a nice set there by Madison Pape. That one, probably the closest that Jones been set to the net so far, and she just took advantage of it.
Guttemuller serving for New Bremen. Westerbeck with the serve. I don't know if it didn't clear the net as it bounces off the tape and comes back on Minster's side. Just as we mentioned the word streak, we've seen three in a row here for New Bremen.
It's really the danger part right now if you're Minster. You don't want to fall too far behind here getting this late in the game.
Almost off the backboard. Westerbeck sends it over, handled by Jones. Pape, another set. She taps it over, but this time Purdy's in position. A good swing by number 12, Reagan Wepker for Minster, but it's blocked and deflected back on Minster's side. Off the hands of a Minster player, and another point for New Bremen.
Give the block to Macy Putoff there in the middle.
Minster desperately needing a point here. Can they find it? Pape out to Jones. Blocked. Jones sticks with it, though. We're going to go back to Jones again. Another dink right into the middle of the floor. You're asking a lot from your back row player there. If you step up, that ball might be coming right at your face at a very quick pace, but if you stay back, she's finding that open spot in the middle.
Yeah, it's a nice double block for Minster to start there, but like you said, the dink fell in as Westbrook will swing.
Kramer with the dig. Going to Jones again, go to the back corner. Good hustle there by number 19, Julia Guttemuller. It's freed over by New Bremen. Barhorse in the middle. She swings. Point to Minster. I don't quite see, did it get deflected or?
I think they're calling it clean. New Bremen students on that end didn't agree to call, which is a big surprise there.
I couldn't see at the angle we're sitting at if it was in or out. Point for Minster, though. Purdy going to serve. Need to reel off a couple points here. She said they're getting into that danger zone. And Bremen right to their bread and butter is Paige Jones with another kill here in this first set.
Right now she's got a pretty good matchup on that side. Took advantage of it. Bremen just 3 points away here from victory in set one.
Madison Pape serving. Tight at the net. Jones handles the ill-advised pass by Minster, and I think we're going to have a timeout by Coach Cammie Garman. We're going to take a break, too. We'll be back with the rest of the first set here for Minster right after these messages.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Back off a timeout here taken by Minster as it was 16-16. Bremen's gone on a 7-1 run here, looking to see if they can close out this first set.
They've really taken advantage of Jones being in the front row. Minster scrambling a bit here.
Yeah, good opportunity there. Miscommunication leads to a free ball. Fed to Jones. It's going to be kept alive. Jones swings again. It's blocked. Good hustle by Westerbeck. Can't fault the effort in Minster, but it's going to be another point for New Bremen.
Minster at this point, what you have to do when you have a good hitter on the other side is you got to take advantage of it and have your own offense off of it. Once again, it doesn't look like they're going to get a real good hit.
Ball sent over by Westerbeck, blocked by Logan Wells again at the net. That's the 25th point for New Bremen. 25-17 is the score after the first set. We'll be back with set 2 action after these messages here on NKTelco Sports.
Your parents have given you so much throughout the years. They were there when you won first place. Your first heartbreak. Your first car. Your first wreck. Graduation. Planning that special day. Is it time to give back? Give your mom the life she gave you at Elmwood.
Schwiedemann pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
We're back here at Minster Elementary, where after set 1, very close match halfway up through. I think it was 16-16. Bremen on a big run, winning 25-17.
Difference in that game was Bremen just played better the last part of the game. Minster really struggled with their offense. Their Bremen just took advantage of it. Paige Jones had 11 kills to lead them. Also, Rachel Kramer with a kill, and they start off with an ace to start off set 2.
Yeah, Paige Jones starting back serving and had at least one service error, I know, there in the first set. She brings the heat on her serve, too. You got to be on your toes. As we see it again, Purdy in position. But it's not what you're used to dealing with all the time against a lot of the other opponents you're playing against.
And I think it's getting in their head a little bit. They're trying almost too hard.
Freed over. This time it's set to Kramer, kept alive. This time the swing by number 8 put off. The battle of the net falls on Minster's side, and if you're Coach Diana Kramer, good start here to the second set.
You always want that second to get that momentum going, and they really have the momentum. They've outscored Minster about something like 9 out of the last 10 points.
Another point. Yeah, again, it was pretty sure it was 16-16, and they ended up going on a 9-1 run for here. So I think it's a 13-1 run going back into that first set.
Minster's really struggling with their offense. They're not getting that good first pass to the setter, which then they can set up for a spike.
Yeah, one of the big keys to the game Coach Garman talked about is, can they pass well to get their hitters in position to be successful? And the last about 15 minutes of action, it's been a struggle for Minster, but hey, things can change pretty quick in these games, and if they get their confidence back, things can get turned around.
Here's an opportunity for Minster off the free ball.
There's the slide we see. Jones dives to keep it alive. Tied at the net. It's tapped over by Boimer. It's going to be a back set to Jones. Not able to get that top spin this time, and it sails out of bounds.
Yeah, not every time it's going to work perfect. So Minster gets a point, so try to build on that. Volleyball is such a game of momentum.
Good set. A lot of good set play going on here by number 21, Madison Pate, just a sophomore, but a good set there. And they're setting Jones a lot in the back row, and she's put a lot of balls right on that 10-foot line where she's able to come in and be aggressive.
There's a lot of different spots that she's setting to, and sometimes the setter doesn't get enough credit. Like you say, Madison Pate doing a nice job so far here tonight.
Freed over this time. Rip Purdy sends it way deep, a little too deep, and out of bounds.
The thing you don't want to do is on a free ball, hit it long. And right now, Minster's just struggling as Macy Putoff goes back to serve.
Putoff just a freshman. Slide again. Paige Toby goes at Paige Jones and off the hands of Jones. Kill for Paige Toby and another point for Minster.
Went to one of their bread and butter plays, and the nice back set by Haley Boimer. And Toby put it away.
Westerbeck now serving. A back set this time. A slide for a slide as New Bremen's attempt at the same thing. It's going to lead to a free ball. Another middle set here to Jones from the back row. And from our angle we're sitting at now, we got a good perspective on it, and that was laid out perfectly. Nice height. Jones able to go up and get it with a good kill.
Yeah, it looks easy when it works there, but Madison Pate did a great job of, she's got to put it about a couple feet in front of that 10-foot line. Jones was able to get a running start and just timed it perfectly. Everything was dead on that.
Abby Tiemann service for New Bremen. There's a block at the net, kept alive. Thrown down this time. Looked like almost a slam dunk, two-handed slam dunk there.
Toby saw it, put advantage with both hands. It's like a power block, if you will.
Yeah. Good play by Toby. She earns the serve, but into the net. A play you would like to try to build some momentum off of. Unfortunately, the wind comes out of the sails, and it's 8-4 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard in favor of the New Bremen Cardinals. Back row from Westerbeck. Dug by Snyder. Outside to Jones, now in the front row. Takes the angle. Heitbrink in position, but again, not able to get her hands up and ready on the ball.
Once again, Jones already up to 13. Of course, a lot of people heard she set a state record earlier this year. 53 kills in a match. That match was only 4 sets against Fort Laramie, an all-time state record. She's not on that type of pace, but you can see what kind of power she has as that goes long. A little bit of trouble serving tonight for the Cardinals. 5 misses on the season. They're only effective on 89% of their serves compared to 94% for Minster. Minster really hasn't taken advantage of that so far, though. But there they do.
Yeah, just as you say it there, Kramer's unable to handle the serve, and it's a point for Minster. And just kind of looking at the two maybe service strategies, Minster seems to be a little more cautious with their serve. Bremen's a little more aggressive with a couple of their players at least. But again, sometimes that aggressiveness blocked. Good block that time. Out to Jones again. She goes down the line this time.
Sometimes as a blocker, you have to pick your poison. She's been going angle. The blockers are set up that way, and she sensed that way. She sensed the opening, went right down the line.
I almost even think when that ball's in the air, Coach Kramer was directing her where to send that one. Outside hit by number 12, Reagan Webker.
A little bit off on the hit there. New Bremen off to a 5-point lead.
Julia Guttemuller serving. Good pass by Purdy. Can they use it to their advantage? There's a good swing by Heitbrink, but deflected back by New Bremen. Boimer tried to send it over. Good dig by Heitbrink. Tipped way back by Boimer. Outside again. Here comes the dink that worked a lot in that first set. Swing by Webker, but blocked by Jones. 6-point lead, 12-6, New Bremen.
Minster is able to pick up a lot of those hard hits, and they had a nice set to the right side, but Jones there for the block.
Set middle. Looks like it finds that back corner. It's
Nice.
going to kill to Carly Barhorst.
Nice kill by Barhorst. When she's in the middle, seems like she tends to hit in the corner, and she's been effective with it.
Tip by Jones. Good dive by Boimer to keep it alive. It's going to be freed over. Tight one. Pape handles it. The hands at the net. Easy dig for Heitbrink. Probably one of the better volleys we've seen so far tonight. So both teams getting decent swings on the ball. This time they go back to put off. Westerbeck for Minster. It's tipped up by Jones. Out to Jones.
Great job by Paige Purdy to dig that one.
Westerbeck sends it over, going to go to Jones again. She just has to stand and hit it over, but it's that dink. The dink leads to the dunk, another point. 13-7, what a point, as both teams really battled it out there.
Nice volley both ways. That wasn't so much a dink as just great topspin on that. She just snapped it off of her wrist, and it fell about straight to the floor when it ran off the top of the net.
Out to Westerbeck. We're going to get a handling error on Boimer. Right now looking at the scoreboard, New Bremen doubling up Minster, 14-7.
When you're New Bremen, you got all the momentum. You just want to keep riding that. You ride it as long as you can. And then you got a break there. And you can hit the top of the net with your serve. You can't stop that. And a great job there by Madison Pate. Timeout by Minster.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more second set action here right now as New Bremen leads 15-7 right after these messages from our sponsors.
If you want to save 70% on your heating, cooling, and hot water costs, the answer is right under your feet. Let New Knoxville Supply install a water furnace geothermal system and use the natural temperature from the earth for a more constant temperature in your home. Also ask about our new Symphony home management system. Control temperatures, track energy usage, and receive safety alerts for everything, including your sump pump. All from anywhere, anytime. Now is the time to calculate your savings at newknoxvillesupply.com.
We're back here, second set action where New Bremen currently holds a 15-7 lead. Again, that first set played up even up till 16-16, and since then it's been all New Bremen. Nice hustle there by Snyder in the back row, but one of the New Bremen players found the net. Kind of breaks the momentum. So Coach Garman's timeout works in that sense. It gives the ball back to them and see if they can get going on a streak.
Yeah, you always want to have a point coming out of the timeout, and you'll try to build off of that.
Swing by Jones, down the line, out of bounds this time. Don't have much time to look if it's in or out there. Quick adjustment.
When you're down by 7 or 8 is what Minster was. Can't do it all at once. You got to do it a point at a time.
Pape up to Jones again. Off the hands. Again, the block was there, but off the hands of Webker and Toby. Another kill for Paige Jones. Jones started off serving this second set, so she's back again for her second time around. With another ace to start off her service round here. Just a lot of topspin coming at you.
Great topspin. The player from Minster thought it was going to sail long, and it just dropped behind her. Awful tough to dig that ball.
This time the knuckleball comes at him. Webker frees it over, handled by Kramer. Back row set to Jones, another kill. 18-9.
New Bremen taking advantage of the free balls that Minster's giving them, and Jones being really effective right now, serving and hitting for the Cardinals.
Another powerful serve. Purdy tried to get over, just stuck a hand out, not able to get the ball up in the air.
Last 3 serves, you had the heavy topspin, kind of the knuckleball, and that was just straight power. And those balls are not just moving up and down, they're moving side to side. We can't always see it on the camera.
Nice dig this time by Purdy. Allows Toby to get a good swing on the ball. It's dug by New Bremen. Good hit by Putoff. It's sent deep. Minster
Still
scramble.
alive. Hit the speaker that time.
Going to be a free ball. This time they go to the middle to Kramer. She tips it over. Good hustle by Purdy. Kept alive by Wells. Kind of an awkward stance for Jones. So they call it out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Of course, it's right in front of the Cardinal student section. They're going to voice their opinion.
They're not partial to their opinion,
not
are
at
they?
all, not at all. A lot of students here for New Bremen. They just short track over.
Riplow serving now, handled by Jones. Set to the middle to Kramer. It's off the block. Minster scrambling, able to keep it alive. It's going to be a free ball over. Go to the middle again, and the timing was off this time as Kramer just jumped a little too early.
One of the few times that the timing's been off with between the setters and the hitters for New Bremen.
Lead cut to 8, 19-11 in favor of New Bremen. This time they're going to go back to Jones, this time into the middle of the net. Another point. Probably one of the better streaks we've seen so far from Minster.
That time the set to Jones just comes from the back row is too close to the net. See if Minster can take advantage here late in this set.
So try it again. Another close one. It's tipped. Riplow tries for the pancake, not able to pop the ball up. Another point for New Bremen, 20-12.
So far, Jones has had, I have 18 kills. I would say at least 5 of those have been the dink or just the top spin hit.
Putoff serving off the hands of Riplow. 21-12.
New Bremen with 5 aces so far tonight. Only 2 aces for Minster.
That's, 20-12. Yeah, serve aggressively is one of the things we had for Minster. Right now we're seeing that being an advantage to the New Bremen side.
That time not able to get the offense going off the hard serve. That time by Macy put off. Right now the serving and everything going right for the Lady Cardinals.
Purdy gets it up. It's going to be sent from the back row by Riplow. Handled by Putoff. Back set to Kramer. She rolls behind. Handled by Purdy. Punched over. Deflected up. Going to set Jones in the middle again. Nice hustle as Purdy dives on the floors. Westerbeck with the swing. One of the Bremen players in the net on the block. 13-21. Westerbeck going back to
goes
serve.
back to serve.
Kramer sets right down the middle. No Minster players there. She finds the opening.
Yeah, it seemed the back row had a big open in the middle there, and Kramer takes advantage of it. Kramer with 7 kills on the night.
Teaming in to serve. And a good serve at that is Paige Purdy not able to get that good pass. Again, back to those keys. Passing, passing, passing.
We have set point coming here for the Cardinals.
Teaming into the net. Trying to get the ace maybe for that final point. Fortunately for Bremen, they got a lot of points to work with here. Just needed one side out to get that game.
And if you're Minster here, you just want to get a few points just to build a little momentum going into this third set.
Handled by Kramer. Back to Jones, soaring above off the top of the net. Toby not able to dig the ball. Flies out of bounds. Another point for New Bremen. Score of the second game is 25 New Bremen, 14 Minster. Bremen now with a 2-0 lead. We'll be back with third set action right after these messages on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
We're back here as the third set is about ready to start. Before we get into some more volleyball action, though, we're going to take a minute to thank our sponsors that help bring our broadcast here on NKTelco Sports. Sponsors for tonight's broadcast are Cy Sweeterman, We Staff, Radio Hospital, 21st Century Kitchens, Elmwood Assisted Living, Sweeterman's Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Keyhole Pizza, Minster Bank, Minster Dental, NKTelco, Francis Furniture, and St. Mary's Trucking. And both of these teams being in our viewing area, we'll be selecting 2 players of the game, one from each team. The player from the game from New Bremen tonight will be sponsored by Speedway Lanes, and the player from Minster will be sponsored by McDonald's right here in Minster.
Ben, looking at some of our numbers here. Let's look first for New Bremen. Paige Jones, another big night, 18 kills. She's also had a termination block. Rachel Kramer, also good game, 7 kills. Then you have Logan Wells with a couple termination blocks. Julie Guttemiller and Macy Putoff with a kill and a block apiece. For the Wildcats, they've had 3 players with 3 kills. Jordan Heitbrink, Paige Toby, and Carly Barnhorst. You also have Reagan Webker with a kill. Paige Toby with a termination block. Look at that last game. Minster only had 3 kills in that whole set. So he really struggled on offense. That's right now it seemed, I think you said, what, it was 16-16 towards the end of the first game. Since that point, New Bremen has completely taken over. Their offense has kept going. Minster's really struggled in their offense. And the best way to beat a good hitting team is have your own good offense, especially when New Bremen would serve. Minster has to have a good hit back. So if nothing else, maybe it doesn't result in a kill. You have to make them work that they don't get a nice, easy bump set spike and take advantage the other way.
Yeah, Bremen's definitely been more of the aggressor tonight, and a lot of free balls coming over from the side of Minster, which playing right into the hands of the strength of New Bremen, which is their power hitting. Minster's going to start off serving here in set 3 here with Riplo stepping back. So they do the slide behind play. I think we're going to have a player, number 8, I believe. It was a nice kill by New Bremen, but the point's going to be reversed and go to Minster.
I think after her follow through, she kind of leaned into the net.
Yeah, couldn't hold her momentum back, and good swing by Putoff, but she falls into the net. Point for Minster. Tight one at the net, just tipped over though. Unfortunately, a chance for Minster to try to get the kill. Jones starting in the front row this time. I think we're going to have a Minster player in the net this time. And for some point,
yeah, I think Jones started in the front row just for 1 point. Now she goes back. I think it's interesting how she doesn't start in the front row. Usually always you have your best hitter in the front row, but of course she's a force from the back row as well.
Bremen faithful go crazy after that one. I'm not sure if there was any importance to that point there, or they just always celebrate their first point in the third set with that much excitement. Outside, hit by Putoff. Get a lot of young talent here on this Bremen team, as all 3 of their big hitters will be back for more next year. Good hustle there. We've seen Paige Purdy all over the floor tonight.
Yeah, she's done a nice job of covering a lot of balls for the Wildcats.
There's a swing by Westerbeck off the fingertips of the Bremen block. It finds the floor. We got a kill for Westerbeck. That's what we need to see more out of Minster here, is can they get that momentum going, be more of the aggressors and get their offense rolling.
They had their offense going a little better. That's the best one they've had in a while. And their last match against St. Henry, they were down 2-0. Won the next 2 before they lost in the 5th one, so they can definitely do it. And there's a good block that time by Paige Toby.
Yeah, low set that time. Wasn't a whole lot that Kramer could do with it. Said that block, Minster's known they always have that double block set up there. It's usually Boehmer, who's the setter, and one of the other fronts, typically Toby.
Right now they're probably their best front line. Boehmer, a pretty tall setter, can also block it. And that way not able to handle the hard hit once again by Jones.
Like you said, sometimes that can get in your head. You know it's coming. You're ready for it. It's just you're not used to always handling that heat. It's going to be an ace this time for number 8, Macy Putoff.
Nice job. 7 aces on the night for the Cardinals.
Westerbeck mishandles the pass. Again, one of the things, got to have that good pass to get your players in position. Here's going to be a back set this time as they roll to Kramer. And unfortunately that time the block off the fingertips sent it over the heads of the back row. And another point for New Bremen.
Rachel Kramer's done a nice job. She's been effective on her hitting all night. Really started out hot in the first set with 4 kills, and she's got 8 on the night.
Yeah, very consistent play from Kramer and Putoff. Heitbrink able to finally go for attack, and she has the opportunity there. Little top spin dink over the top of the block. Minster with the lead, 4-3.
Nice job. Heitbrink likes to have that nice long running start there. She can see the court. She mentioned nice top spin for the kill.
Toby to serve. Handled by the back row. It's going to do another slide play here. This time for number 19, Julia Guttemuller. And off the fingertips. Slides into the middle open spot again.
Nice job there. Guttemuller had a little change of pace. I think she hit it a little off, but it worked to her advantage. It found the floor.
You can always tell the hitters, they'll always get a smile on their face. I mean, that's not what they meant to do, but they'll take the point.
Foot fault that time in the serve for New Bremen. As the Minster bench all the way from over here was yelling that one.
Riplo checks out as I think number 12, Regan Whipker checking in. Hit by Guttemüller this time. Heitbrink with another running attack, and this time probably one of the best swings we've seen from Heitbrink tonight. Typically, they're one of their better hitters. Gets a kill, 5-5, tied up here in the third set.
Heitbrink had a little stretch in the first game that she got on a run. Didn't hear much from her in the second game, but Minster needs to get her going. She's their number one hitter.
From the back row, nice dig by Boimer, sent way up in the air. Another good swing by Heitbrink, bounces off the block. On to the side of New Bremen, 7-5 Minster.
Heitbrink leads them in kills on the season, followed by Westerbeck, Toby, and Barhorst. Right now they're going to their number one hitter, and she's been effective here. Wildcats with the lead.
Miscommunication in the back row as Blake Snyder lets the ball go by her, and it finds probably even a couple feet inside the line, but here's probably one of the first big streaks we've seen from Minster since that first set.
Minster's been playing pretty good the last few points, and that kind of builds on itself. He gets the confidence back as well.
Jones from the back row sends it over. Purdy sends it up. A nice set to Heitbrink with another good swing. Dug this time by Snyder. Jones has to kind of an awkward swing way back off that 10-foot line into the net. Another point for Minster. We're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Diana Kramer for New Bremen. We'll take a break too. We'll be back with more volleyball action here on NKTelco Sports after these messages.
You owe it to yourself twice a year a checkup at Minster Dental Care. Our specialized doctors, Jim Overman, Jim Myring, Sean Sharp, and Philip Slunkowski, are ready to give you the smile you've always dreamed of at any stage of your life. Pediatric, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry are just a few of the services offered. Our latest advancements include CEREC dentistry that allows us to create and deliver a crown in one convenient visit. We're located on State Route 66 in Minster, 419-628-3380 to schedule your appointment today. You owe it to yourself.
It's the third set here in Minster where starting to see some good play and consistent play coming out of the Minster players.
The Wildcats are playing good. Bremen's just been slightly off. You can't play at such a high level they were. Maybe they took the foot off the gas a little bit, but Coach Kramer with the timeout will refocus them, I'm sure.
And just what you want to see coming out of the timeout is number 19 for New Bremen, Julia Guttemüller with a good swing on the ball and gets the kill. We're going to send Rachel Kramer back to serve for New Bremen.
Kramer in the back row, that means Jones is in the front row.
Kramer also with a good serve as it just sails right through the Minster players and hits the floor.
Always seems like the miscommunications happened on the hard serve. You know, the lollipop serve, that's easy, so give that ace there to Rachel Kramer.
Yeah, you can't second guess yourself. You got to react immediately. Purdy handles this one into the net, though.
Nice save there as Barhorst kept it alive.
I'm not sure if the ball actually got over the net, but saying it did. Jones again. It's dug once, dug twice, off the rafters. Great play again. This is where you're putting the heat, putting the pressure on New Bremen. Going to go to Jones again. It's blocked and kept alive. Sent over by Guttemüller, and she sends it to the back left corner. Another point for New Bremen.
Minster did a nice job staying alive there, battling there. Sometimes you get in your head if you're the Cardinals, but Julia Guttemüller puts it away. A big point there. The Cardinals now within one.
Good resilient play by Minster, like you said, but the offense won that one. An unforced error here, another service error. And we've seen New Bremen being aggressive with their serves. It's led to some serving issues tonight, though. Heitbrink now serving for Minster. A tip, nice placement there as Boimer is in position. Heitbrink from the back row. Tiemann sends it wide. Jones just takes it over. Minster, I don't think, was quite ready for that ball coming over on two, and they scrambled, but unfortunately for them, not able to keep the ball alive, and another point and another kill for Paige Jones.
Even a big hitter like Jones uses the element of surprise, and like you said, you get so used to the third hit that nobody expected it, and it worked for Jones.
Played up by Purdy. This time Westerbeck's up here as their main hitter. Nice dive and play by Kramer. It's played back, but it's around. Good hustle by New Bremen, but on the wrong side of the antenna here. Point Minster.
If you're Minster, you just need to keep battling. It's even. build on it. And I think they can play some even better volleyball. Just got to grind through the third set here.
Good dig by Boymer to keep it alive. Unfortunately, her teammates not able to react to it. Good slide action there by New Bremen. As I think, was that put off with the kill on that one?
Yeah, Macy put off. That slide play has been very effective for the Cardinals tonight.
Pape now serving. Westerbeck to the middle, tapped over by Heitbrink. Tied at the net as Toby tries to go for the kill, not quite able to get a powerful swing on it. Outside to Jones, and she is able to find some power.
Able to find the power. Another great set by Madison Pape. She put it exactly where it was. She had to move a little bit to get to that one. Good timing there between setter and hitter.
11-11, much more competitive set here in this third set. Outside to Westerbeck. Dug by Kramer. Good position. We're going to have a Minster player, I think number 12, Reagan Webker, either in the net or stepped over the line. I'm not sure which.
A little too anxious on the block there. We'll have a substitution here as Taylor Hoying, the junior, will be in the game for the Wildcats.
She moves over to that right side, put in position to have to block. Not going to have to do it on this one as Minster finds some offense. Toby with the kill.
Nice job in the middle. Toby with not a real powerful hit, but just enough for the point.
Taylor Hoying brought the intimidation for that 1 point, and she's subbed out now as Riplo comes in to serve. A miss hit by Jones, out of bounds. That play just looked a little more sloppy on Bremen's part. The timing wasn't quite there. Shoulders weren't squared up.
Momentum is slowly shifting. I can't say Minster's really seized it yet. It's out there for somebody to take it.
Back out to Jones, that left outside hit position. Minster just unable to find an answer for it.
Jones up now to 23 kills as she moves into the back row, but not out of hitting range, you would say. She was really effective the last time she served in the last game.
Nice dig this time by Purdy off the serve. Slide play by Toby. It's deflected off of the block. Another kill for Toby as the ball finds the floor. Jones not able to run it down.
Toby's had a couple kills in this rotation here that she's in the front row. Need to keep building on that as the Wildcats cling to a 1 point lead.
Westerbeck serving. This time it's Kramer. Now, since Jones has rotated to the back, Kramer will be your primary hitter in that front row. Put off. It's tapped over by Boymer. Bremen's ready for it. Good swing by number 7, Rachel Kramer. Heitbrink. Bremen in position. It's tipped, but I think they're going to call mishandled ball that time by number 21, Madison Pape.
So good volley both ways. There are some hits both ways, some digs, and some mishandle.
15-13, 2-point lead for Minster. A tight pass. Toby goes up with the eyes get too big sometimes and hands get stuck in the net. What could have been an easy point for Minster.
She tried to do that two-hand slam like she did before, and I think she hit her elbow in the net.
But Bremen gives it right back as Macy put off.
We talked about how many aces they've had, and they've had 8 aces, but they've also had 7 missed serves. It's always that risk-reward when you serve aggressively.
Toby now serving. Minster's been targeting a lot number 25, Blake Snyder, when she's been in the game, making her handle the ball. Back slide action to number 10, Carly Barhorse with the kill.
Offense starting to heat up a little bit for the Wildcats. They've done that slide play earlier with Toby. That time, I think the first time they've done it with Barhorse. She's had most of her kills in the middle. And a 3-point lead for the Cats.
Gonna go to Jones from the back row. It's long. just about a ball outside the line, but another point. It's a 4-point lead. I think the biggest lead Minster's had at any point tonight, and that's why you keep playing the games. New Bremen dominated those first two. Minster pulling ahead here as we have a serving error on Toby, but a 3-point lead for Minster as the ball heads back to New Bremen.
Abby teaming back to serve for the Cardinals. Their offense has been a little sloppy, but they're still in this ball game, just down by 3.
Middle set to Barhorst, dug by Tiemann, and a pretty good pass off of it. Number 19, Julia Guttelmower with the swing, but out of bounds. Point and ball back to Minster.
Reagan Webker come back into the lineup. She'll hit primarily from the right side. There's the setter, Haley Boimer, back to serve.
Back row hit by Jones, and the blocker was ready for it, but again, unable to get the ball to fall on New Bremen's side. It comes to Minster, ball and point to New Bremen. Kramer moves back to serve. Jones back in the front row. Good swing by Heitbrink, but into the net.
Heitbrink's on a spot there on this. She usually hits the left side, but the way her spot is on the right side, she's got to hit one time on the right side there. Not a hit she's real familiar with there, and not able to hit it across.
Good handle by Heitbrink. Sets Webker, sends it back. It's a long hit out of bounds. Another point to New Bremen.
Bremen, now it seems like the momentum's going the Bremen way. If they can get a point here to tie her and then take the lead.
Good serve by Kramer. That one's long. Minster's looking for a touch. Officials are saying no touch.
Last several hits for the Wildcats have been long, not getting quite high enough. We are all tied at 19 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
See, what was a 4-point lead for Minster has quickly gone away, and a 3-ball sent right back as Heitbrink mishandled the pass, and Jones takes care of the point. Bremen takes a 1-point lead as they've now pulled ahead 20-19. And this service time right now by Rachel Kramer has been a big run for New Bremen.
Yeah, she's been pretty effective on it. Minster's had some hits. They've had some nice bump set spikes. Spikers haven't been able to take advantage of it. And talked about New Bremen. Before they were down by 3, they're down by 4, got a side out, said they're right in this, and right now they're ahead by 1.
Yeah, so very exciting Game 3 action here as Bremen's already up 2-0. Are they going to be able to pull this one out, or can Minster send it into 4?
Yeah, these two teams both 1 and 2 in the MAC. Let's talk about the MAC. 10 teams in there. Nobody has a losing record overall. 8 of the 10 teams are ranked in the top 20 at state. So another banner year for MAC volleyball.
Yeah, lot of good solid volleyball programs in the area, and they just keep replenishing with talent, and we get the privilege of coming out and covering their games and watching the action. Kramer to serve again after the timeout from Minster. The timeout works. As Coach Garman ices Kramer and gets the point.
It's amazing how many times there's a bad serve after a set. It's a little in a rhythm, have to come back a little cold. We're all tied at 20.
Can Minster get on a run, try to build a little bit of a lead here? Right now it's just a race to 25 as Jones with the tap. A good roll by Boimer. Able to keep it in the air, but not able to find a teammate. Another kill for Jones, another point New Bremen. It's 21-20. It's number 19, Julia Guttemuller, steps back to serve.
Nice change of pace again for Jones.
Good pass, set to the middle this time. It's blocked. It falls to the floor. Kill to Barhorst.
That was a very important point for Minster. They tied it up. If they lose that point, they're down by 2 late. Big momentum swing, big hit there by Carly Barhorst.
Paige Purdy, the senior, now serving. Jones with the swing, dug by Purdy. It's tight at the net, doesn't get back over. Not sure if she actually touched it or not.
They're saying, what the Minster players are saying, that she hit it, and there wasn't a chance. She hit it before the Minster player could have got it out of the net, but like you say, I'm not sure she hit it. Referee said no, and there's a missed serve. So Bremen, every time they have a chance to take a 2-point lead, which is big late, Minster's been able to side out, and Sarah Riplow serving here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Riplow, one of their better servers, usually leads off the set serving for Minster. Going to go out to Jones. Riplow digs it. It's going to be up at the net, handled by Jones. Passed out by Pape. Jones takes the pace off. 23-22. New Bremen with the lead.
Jones isn't always beating him with a fastball. She's beating a lot with a changeup.
She now has the opportunity to step back and get him with the serve here. 2 points needed by Bremen to win this set. But looks to be deep, and that top spin fools the Minster players again, and we have match point here for New Bremen.
Match point for the Cardinals, who have been down a lot of this game.
Can Minster dig deep to find a way to dig this ball out and get a good hit on the ball? Dug by Riplow. Sent over by Boimer. To the middle to Kramer. It's tipped, played on the net.
That ball looked like it was almost over, and it bounced off the net and stayed there. So Minster's still alive by the skin of their teeth, and we'll have a timeout by New Bremen.
And nice break by Minster. Going to take a minute to thank our sponsors here for tonight, bringing our NKTelco sports broadcast to you. St. Mary's Trucking, Francis Furniture, NKTelco, Minster Dental, Minster Bank, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Sweeterman Pharmacy, Elmwood Assisted Living, 21st Century Kitchens, Radio Hospital, We Staff, and Cy Sweeterman. We can catch the airing of our broadcast. Our first one's going to be on Wednesday, September 21st at 7 o'clock. You can also catch us Thursday, September 22nd at 7 o'clock, and also on demand at nktelco.net.
All comes down to this point. Minster must get it to send it into overtime, if you will, and stay alive here in this match.
Westerbeck puts it in play. See where Bremen goes with it. They're going to set Jones in the back row as she gets the kill off the hands of Riplow. A very exciting third set, but it goes right to New Bremen, 25-23, as Bremen's victorious in 3 games over Minster. And we'll be back with our post-game stats and into the game wrap-up right after these messages here on NKTelco Sports.
Jump, jump. What? Oh, come on! Set!
Plastic surgery is very expensive today.
Jet!
Jet?
Come on, shoot him.
Need more bandwidth? Switch to NKTelco and run all your devices.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
There's a lot of early mornings that go into 40 years of service, a lot of miles on these tires, and millions of pounds of cargo have traveled in these trailers. It's about dependable service, the kind of service that shows up 30 minutes early every time, that gets your products, cargo, and business from point A to point B safely, quickly, and efficiently. We are St. Mary's Trucking, traveling the roads of commerce in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky. Men and women who produce the solutions that make your business grow, because the most important thing to them is you.
We're back here at Minster Elementary, where tonight the New Bremen Lady Cardinals win 3-0 over the Minster Wildcats. And what started off to look like a very good first set matchup, but New Bremen kind of ran away with it here in the end. We're going to send it over to Dave here with some stats from the game.
Thanks, Ben. First for the victorious Cardinals as they go to 10-3 on the season, now 2-2 in the MAC. They were led by Paige Jones with 27 kills in the night, also had a block as well. Rachel Kramer with a nice game, 8 kills. Julia Guttermiller with 4 kills, Logan Wells with 2 kills. On the night serving, the Cardinals had 9 kills against 9 missed serves. For the Cardinals will be back in action. They will play New Knoxville on Thursday. We'll have that game on NKTelco. For the Minster Wildcats, as they fall to 7-5 overall, 1-3 in the MAC. They were led by Paige Kobe with 7 kills, also 2 termination blocks. Jordan Heibig with 6 kills. Carly Barhorse with 5 kills. Serving on the night, just 3 aces and only 3 missed serves for the Wildcats. Wildcats are back in action. They have another tough draw in this MAC competition. They traveled over to Sales. Now on Saturday, they host their own Minster Invitational here. You know, it all comes down to that first game was a very good game. Both teams' offense was rolling pretty good. We were at 16-16. New Bremen just took charge. At that point, I think you figured going into the second game, they had like 13 or 14 points, and they rolled in the second game. Minster fought back in the third game, had it going, had the lead most of it, but New Bremen made the plays down this stretch when they needed to. Congratulations to the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, like you said, very competitive first set, and the third set also very competitive with Bremen kind of definitely controlling that second set. But a lot of good talent here, and it was an exciting game. I think, you know, if you're a Minster fan, you were hoping for a little bit more out of your team, but if you're a Bremen fan, you got to see great team play all around from their squad.
You know, the headline act is always going to be Paige Jones, but there's more. It's not just a one-person team. There was a lot of good around hitting, a lot of good setting by Madison Pape, some good digging. You know, she's just a lot of times finishing off a point, but it's a team effort by the Cardinals. Also want to give some credit to the New Bremen students. They came over and dominated the cheering. They made it seem like it was their home court. A lot of enthusiasm for the New Bremen students.
Yeah, not far to travel, but they still came out and supported, didn't they, tonight? Going off, you know, talking about the success some of the players had tonight, we, again, able to select players of the game. New Bremen's player of the game brought to you by Speedway Lanes in New Bremen, and the player for the game is going to be Rachel Kramer.
Rachel Kramer started out hot in the first game. She had some big hits. She's lined up opposite of Jones, and she had a lot of good offense. Not all of them resulted into kills, but a lot of it sometimes resulted in missed plays by the Wildcats. So Rachel Kramer, just a sophomore, our player of the game tonight.
Yeah, you gotta hope for New Bremen. You know Jones is going to be there. Are you going to get other players to step up? And Kramer did a great job tonight. On the other side tonight for Minster, again, player of the game sponsored by McDonald's here in Minster. We're going to give it to Paige Purdy.
The libero, Paige Purdy. It's not a glamorous job. You're just there trying to dig out the spikes, and she did a nice job of hitting keeping a lot of them alive on some power hits by New Bremen. And Paige Purdy is all over the court, trying to keep it alive. Didn't always work out to that they got a spike out of it, but Purdy all over the forces. Congratulations to Paige.
Yeah, congratulations to both of those players, and thanks to those sponsors. That's going to do it for us here at Minster tonight. Crew tonight, we're going to thank Susan Quellhorst and John Quellhorst on camera, my partner Dave Kanapke, and congratulations to the New Bremen Cardinals on moving to 2-2 in the MAC. And you know, Minster hoping to look to bounce back from this as they get to face Versailles here on Thursday night. My name is Ben Ayers. We thank you for watching NKTelco Sports.